Hi, my name is Shell Carter. Thanks for joining me in this video version of my blog on resolutionrevolutionlife.com, where we are cleansing through the year. In this season of winter, we are cleansing our colon. This episode is entitled, Is It Working? Or Poop Can Be Punny. We've started our cleansing supplements. Now what? How do I know it's working? Is it working? Well, the proof is in the pot. The evidence is in the evacuation. You are about to become a professional poop inspector. It doesn't pay money, but it will pay off. I grew up with zero understanding of how my body works. When I had a tummy ache, my mother would grab the pink stuff, at which point my eyes would roll into the back of my head from extreme nausea until I vomited. But my grandmother, on the other hand, would ask when my last bowel movement was, at which point I would roll my eyes at her like she was a crazy old lady. She was not raised on the pink stuff. She was raised to understand that what you eat affects how your body functions. And oftentimes, how you feel is the result of good functioning or poor functioning. When your colon is functioning properly, what do you expect to see? Some say food in, waste out, in which case your bowels would move 3 times a day. That would definitely line up with the old apple a day to keep the doctor away adage. The problem is, very few people are actually eating apples. Apples got replaced by processed food cereals and bars. So now it's, quote, normal for the general population to average only 1 bowel movement a day or even 2 to 3 times a week. I eat good food the way God made it, right? But once my body uses it and it becomes waste material, I don't want it lingering around inside me. Years ago, we were in a produce co-op where everybody chipped in and ordered produce in bulk. We got the normal things that we all loved and needed to make our normal recipes, but we would also try less common, interesting foods too. And when the trucks delivered the produce, we separated it out, stuffed it into big gray plastic bins, and slapped on the lids for pickup. Well, it was a wintry day in Texas when I brought my produce bin home and set it in the garage so I could run the kids to soccer and take care of some other errands. And within a couple of days, it so happened that our little Texas winter had switched to a delightful summer. And I noticed an odor in the garage, the forgotten veggie bucket. Hoping I had not lost all my precious produce, I removed the lid to discover a putrid puddle of black goo on the bottom of the bin. All of that fluffy produce had wilted down into sewage, and I was shocked that that is exactly what it smelled like. It's estimated that most people carry approximately 7 pounds of fecal matter in their colon. Often the medical community uses the term healthy from a perspective of urgent care or as a term that's interchangeable with common among patients. Therefore, they may not consider excess waste in your colon to be a problem as long as your bowels are moving regularly, even if that's only once a week for you. In natural wellness circles, we see more of a focus on preventative care. On this side of the spectrum, healthy elimination might mean that if you eat, you poop, thus keeping the waste out of the body so that it doesn't sit in the colon, creating potential problems, especially in the case of the all too common leaky gut scenario that many Americans have. Generally speaking, you would want to see 2 to 3 healthy bowel movements a day that are quick and easy to pass. If I drink beet juice, I expect to see red within about 18 hours. There's quite a bit of controversy about poop, the frequency, shape, color, whether it should float or sink. Apparently, if you get really good at pooping, you can donate your poop to some stinker who hasn't quite figured it out. Not even kidding. It's an actual medical procedure to implant healthy feces into the colon of someone who doesn't have the proper bacteria in their intestinal environment to promote healthy bowels. I'm not even a fan of blood brothers. I'm definitely not ready to declare that one man's poop is another man's implant. Yeah, don't do that. We've got better ways. Have you heard of the Bristol stool scale? It's a fairly well done but hideous chart you can Google that shows pictures of poop along with descriptions. Each type of poop comes with a number. You can simply record this number in your daily health journal like it's a secret code. Therefore, if anyone steals your diary, they don't actually know that you are secretly a laboratory spy. Seriously, there is probably more information here than your doctor gets running 5 fancy tests. Did you know that diarrhea can actually be about constipation? If you have an episode of diarrhea, but your journal notes that you have been constipated for several days leading up to that, then it probably isn't bad news like food poisoning. It's likely good news that you finally got the garbage out, albeit explosively. That being the case, the worst thing you could do is take something that would further harden your stools. Here's a brief description of the number code of the Bristol stool scale. My advice is write it on a Post-it note and stick it to your current journal page to use as a code for quick reference. If you want to do more research, Dr. Bernard Jensen has been a leader in the field of herbal cleansing for more than 50 years. His books are a good place to start. All right, number 1 represents separate hard lumps. Number 2, when you see a lumpy, bumpy log. 3 is a log with folds or cracks in it. 4 is smooth. I hate how they say like soft serve, but it's a good description, or a snake shape. 5 is soft blobs with clear-cut edges. 6, mushy blobs with ragged edges. 7, liquid. Okay, gross. Basically, the goal is number 3 or number 4. And it's a great idea to teach this potty code to your children so that they can give you a report on how things are going in the bathroom, which of course will give you more knowledge of what's going on inside their bodies, and how each of your children reacts to, say, the different foods that you're feeding them. Equally exciting, it will also be good for a few laughs when your child goes to the restroom while at a gathering of family or friends, and instead of reporting that they went the traditional number 1 or number 2, they shout, "Mom, I went number 4." Yeah, you can simply look at the other moms, smile, and say, "He's an overachiever." I actually had a rough day this past week myself, got a little constipated. How? I'm popping poop pills and I'm drinking tons of water. Then I looked at my handy health journal and realized that the day before I had increased my fiber, but had gotten busy and accidentally decreased my water. So I was reaping today what I had sown yesterday. The good thing is that I do know it is working, and I learned a hard lesson. We said before that once the bowels are moving regularly, that is the time to add your fiber. And so I emphasize again, don't forget the water, water, water. Fiber is my new thing for this week. Not just a supplement. I'm focusing on dietary fiber because I want a way to make getting fiber every day simple and easy. I'm trying to build a healthy diet routine that is going to progress my cleansing through the year goals and benefit every part of my body. So here are 2 ways that I'm building in fiber. 1, fruit in the morning. 2, a salad with every meal. I love talking about this. Through the years, I have seen so many people make these 2 simple changes and get ahead in their health goals by massive amounts. So, fruit in the morning. In other words, I eat fruit in the morning and I don't eat anything other than fruit in the morning. It's a fruit only situation. In the morning, the body is in the elimination cycle, and fiber helps to push out all the toxins the body's been releasing during the night. But clean, healthy organic fruit offers other benefits. It's the right kind of sugar that the body knows how to handle and needs to feed the brain. Wake up, right? On an empty stomach, fruit is the simplest food to digest. A banana only takes 20 minutes. A green apple only takes 5 minutes. So, digestion of fruit is not taking away any energy that the body really needs to be putting towards elimination. To some degree, fruit in the morning is extending your fast, which offers even more benefits like potential weight loss and reducing the overall toxin intake. So grab a bowl of berries or make a sunshine smoothie with some fresh squeezed orange juice, a handful of frozen strawberries, and half a banana or half an avocado. Salad greens with some raw veggies such as carrots and celery are like the dance partner for both lunch and dinner. The main course may be like music, but it's that dancing partner that keeps everything moving. Want to save the best for last? Great! Eat that salad first and let it fill you up. It's doing more than taking up space in your stomach so you don't overeat. It's loading up enzymes to greet the meat you eat and actually improve the digestive process. Salads are super easy to prep. You can prep them for advance for the week, and the more you eat them, the more your body will crave them. I still hear the wisdom of my grandmother. Did you have a good bowel movement today? She was born in a time when nothing was described as natural. It just was natural. How the world has changed. She led an active life, grew a garden every summer, and only went out to eat for Saturday night hamburgers. And most of the time, they cooked those at home just to save money. She didn't smoke. She didn't drink. She went to bed after the news every night. But she did embrace all the modern conveniences that were introduced through the years. You know, short haircuts for the girls in the 20s, women wearing pants in the 30s. Then came the processed foods, canned foods, pasteurized milk, cosmetic hair treatments, more processed foods, the microwave, etc. Sadly, in her 90s, she died of colon cancer. I watched her long, tragic battle and heard her crying out to the Lord, "Why is this happening to me?" One of my aunts explained that she wasn't asking what did she do to deserve this. She was literally asking about cause and effect. What did I do in my life that brought about this result? Seed and harvest. She knew the warning signs, but there was no way she could have predicted the overall consequences of this new and improved lifestyle of modern convenience. It had snuck into her everyday life over the course of passing decades. And yet, we can. Unlike the people born in the early 1900s, we don't have all that natural foundation of health to carry us through modern health challenges into our 90s. It's proven and documented that chemicals and processed foods are making us sick. We're surrounded by the information highway, overflowing with knowledge that is just one click away. However, without a roadmap or the right guide, it's really hard to tell which information to follow. But you do have a roadmap and you do have a guide. God designed your body with innate information. Your health journal will reveal the truth about your body. You are your own best research scientist. You know how your body reacts to foods and chemicals. If you don't, you will. Don't forget to click subscribe on the YouTube video. And if you will subscribe to my emails on the website revolutionlife.com, I plan to start sending out recipes and other helpful tips. Share the links with your friends too. We can change the world one person at a time. Pray with me. Father God, thank you for information and knowledge. You said that your people perish for lack of knowledge. So we're paying attention to your creation in us and your design in us. Holy Spirit, fill us with wisdom and be our guide. Give us wisdom to cleanse and to restore. There's so much of information that's available in this world, but we are seeking your ways. Thank you. Bye. See you next time.